So thank you all for taking the time out of your day to jump on. This is our second info call about our Regenerative Business Retreat that we're hosting in Weldon, California, October 6th through the 9th, on Dave Sandoval's land himself. So this is an opportunity for all of us to come together in person, grow our businesses, grow our connections, really take care of ourselves and lean into this beautiful community that we have. So we're going to start the call just by kind of sharing some of our intentions as hosts who put this together for you guys and your teams. So Rita, Carrie, do you want to kick us off?
Hi, thanks everyone for being here. I'm just really excited to come together as a community and a collective. And I've never been to an event where I regretted going. I've always gotten so much value out of them. And sometimes it can be, hard if we're all working virtually and away from each other. And so for that opportunity to actually come together as a team and as cross teammates and meet the people that inspire you in your journey, and learn from each other is really why we're hosting this, because it's so potent and powerful to be together in person and really hear each other's stories and learn from each other, and also facilitate some amazing trainings. And there's something different about being in person in trainings versus being online and experiencing those trainings. So yeah, I just can't really speak highly enough of the power of being at live in-person events and actually even just getting to hug each other, and feel each other is really powerful. And then also having that time where we can be really productive and strengthen the parts of ourselves that we want to strengthen to take our lives and our businesses to the next level, while also having time to really nurture ourselves, because we cannot give from an empty cup. So learning how to really fill our cup so that when we do share, we're pouring from overflow, we're pouring from this place of abundance, and that ripples out into our entire community to have those larger impacts that we want to make in our community. So coming home from something with new skill sets, new mindset, and a deep level of nourishment and overflow. So that's those are a few of my intentions in coming together.
I can share quick. I just feel like so much of this business is rooted in community, and it's one thing to be on Zoom calls together like this, but like Rita said, it's completely different when you get to feel someone's energy and embrace that warmth and that connection with people. And to me, this is like going to be such a powerful event. You're going to be sad if you didn't go. Like, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I missed that amazing event. And so I think that for me, what I want to accomplish and my intention is to be able to really impact people's lives and on my team, so we can really connect with each other's hearts, and also offer the skills to actually create change in your life and in your business. Right? Like inspiration, motivation, like that's all good, but like, how do we actually get there? How do we do the thing? And so really that's what this retreat is about, is like the inner work, the shifting, the business tools, the strategies, the skills, right? That we're going to acquire together, and then applying that to actually move our business forward. And then you can keep and embrace all of the connections that you've made here. Whether they're directly on your team or they're cross team or they're somebody else's team, it can be incredibly beneficial to find those bonds so that you can continue to move the needle on your business. And so I will pass it to Carrie to talk a little bit about her intention, and then I'll chat about the schedule and the lineup that we have. But yeah, I want to meet all of the women on my team. Like, my whole goal is to help women thrive in their bodies and finances. And that starts by connecting at this level, at the soul level, at the in-person, like really connecting with who we are and embracing that, and then allowing that energy to ripple out. So I think whenever you go to a business-driven event, it's never regretted. Like, it's always changed my business. My business has always grown after every single event. So I can't say enough. I hope you're all coming because I would like to meet you in person.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie and Rita and Mary Beth. And I agree. In-person events have changed my business and my life. And I love meeting. The connection in person is just so much different than over Zoom. And so my intention is to come together in person in a beautiful place and beautiful land. And it's the owner's land. So there's like so many reasons to come to this specific one. And coming in a retreat, it's like a business retreat. So you're going to come learn skills and have time to integrate it, and also have time in a beautiful place. And I love travel, and I love, connecting in with people that are, of similar mindset. And so people that want to make a difference, and what better way to do it than let's create our own type of work parties and ways that we can come together and do business instead of being like in a hotel room or in a like how a lot of places do like just different business events. We wanted to make it more integrated in how we like to travel and work, and actually, like Carrie said, walk away with skills, like walk away with how to do it. And we do that with like learning and growing together, and doing it in this way. Just, I'm really grateful to be part of it, and meet everyone in person as well. And people on my team I have not met in person. So I'm really excited to meet Veronique and meet other people that are coming from different places. Like I got to meet Nicole and Jenny, on other events. And so it's just really nice to meet everyone in person, and then cross team, like getting, making connections with other people that you might not have met in person. And we're all coming it together for a common good. And that's what I love here, is we're really wanting to make a difference in the health of our own lives and our families and our communities and the planet. So to continue the ripple.
Yeah, Carrie, I couldn't agree more. And I'm so excited to be co-hosting this retreat with these ladies, because I don't know if we would be doing this if we all hadn't gone to our first few events together. All four of us together, we really started our Perion businesses when live events were still really happening before the pandemic. And that's where we got to meet each other and like create these foundational connections that have led us to the place where now, 3.5 years later, we're leading retreats together for our team. So there's just so much power in these events and these retreats. And for me, what's really special about this one is the fact that we're on Dave's land, because a big part of his why with Perion is creating these safe, amazing spaces for people to come together to focus on growth, focus on the inner work, and many things in between. And so us going there is like a fruition of a bigger Perion dream that's happening. And we're going to get live question and answer, intimate connection with Dave, which I know has been instrumental in the growth of my business, really meeting the owners and feeling that connection to the company and the mission that we're all on. So for me, those are some of the really special things about this particular retreat. And before Carrie breaks down the schedule, I just want to give everyone a little visual. If you haven't checked out the website yet, we will share this information with you so you can, but I just want to show you all a little bit. I'm very visual when it comes to these types of things. But this is the land. These are one of the accommodations available is the geopods. But let's see here. Let's see, I'll go to the amenities page. And again, you guys will all get this website to really explore for yourselves. But the retreat center is called Native Springs Oasis, and it's in Weldon, California on Dave's land. There's an oasis and a pool deck. It's in the middle of beautiful land out in California. There's a beautiful space that we'll probably have our trainings in, as well as morning activities and movement. There's a lot of outdoor spaces to gather. Beautiful ponds to kayak in and do fun things like that. There's hot springs on the land. There's spring water on the land. There's some of the accommodations are teepees that you can choose from. There's like fun interactive games that we're going to be playing together to really bring those community bonds together. And we may even get lucky and be able to have some fun nighttime bonfires with each other and stuff. So that's a little bit of the visual for you all. And then I will go into a little bit more of the logistics in terms of showing you guys what rooms are available and those things. But I'm going to pass it off to Carrie to really share, kind of the flow of what this retreat's going to look like, and how we're really trying to plant that really balanced business intention as well as self-care intention. So go ahead, Carrie.
Mary, do you want me to share my screen for that, or just kind of chat on the flow that we have?
Yeah, I can share my screen and pull up that schedule. Here we go. So if you haven't looked already, this is the form to register for the retreat. We'll send it out in the threads again, but it gives you information where you can go look at the website. It breaks down the food, the accommodations. It gives a special opportunity that we'll talk about at the end. There's a map of where exactly it is. And then there's also this flow that Carrie's going to go into.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's not highlighting, but that's okay. So first day, we are going to be arriving, obviously welcome dinner. And just something that we all know, or you should know about Dave, is he has a heart to serve and to please, and he's going to make this very, very special. So the welcome dinner's at 6 o'clock. We'll have hope flying in the morning, and then getting there early evening, having some time to settle in and have dinner. At 7:30, we're going to do a vision session, which is round robin style. So we will be going through some of our visions for the weekend, and then for our business, of course, because I shared this on another call, like with Helen Keller's. One of her favorite things that my favorite quotes of hers was, there's nothing like what's worse than being blind. And she said, having sight without vision. And I really think that that's what so many people tend to lack in their business, is they don't have that vision for where they're clearly going. So we can talk about our why, but it's really important to be able to have that clear vision to set forth for the weekend and for your business to come in the next year and beyond. Friday, October 7th. So from 7 to 8 in the morning, this is optional. If you want to sleep. If you want to get up and move your body, there's going to be tons of different options. So there'll be yoga, there will be some groups running, there will probably be some groups doing body weights or cardio. So really something for everyone. Take what works for you, leave the rest. And then breakfast and superfoods is 8 to 8:45. Everything's going to be organic, everything's going to be plant-based, everything's going to be provided for you. So there'll be fresh fruit and juices and superfoods flowing. And then at 9 o'clock, we start our business trainings. 9 to 10, we have 2 30-minute trainings. There's a lot of different categories that we're going to be talking about, like core values, authentic connecting, and Rita's going to go more into that. So I won't take that thunder there. And then, of course, bathroom breaks. And we have a diamond panel. So we're going to be hearing from some of the diamonds and what it took to get to diamond. And for those of you that are, that's your next step in your business. It can be great to hear from a crown leader, from a blue diamond, but oftentimes, you're just trying to get to diamond. So these are going to be more relatable stories, more relatable strategies for you. Another break, and then moving into another business training, 2 30-minute trainings from 11:30 to 12:30. We're going to be talking about things like roadmap to crown and so on. At 12:30, we break for lunch. So really from like 12:30 on, you're free. So this is like playtime, swim in the hot springs, play at the pool, go to the lake. We've talked about going to Sequoia National Park on the last day as like our little mini retreat, or mini like field trip, I guess you can call it, if you want to come, or team bonding, whatever you want to do. If you want to cluster up with your team members, get to know them better, use it for prospecting time, really, this is your time. Optional African dance with Mary Beth's husband. It's going to be amazing. Just such good movement, so much soul. Of course, that's optional. And then dinner at 5:30. If you're a person that wants to wind down, go back to your, geopod or your room. And then at 8 o'clock, there'll be optional team bonding and leadership games. Moving into Saturday, same flow. So the same flow, 2 business trainings at 9 to 10, 2 business trainings from 10:30 to 11:15, but that'll be the colored diamonds. So that's like your blue diamonds, your green diamonds, your red diamonds, right? And this is going to be great wisdom coming from like, how did I take the leap from diamond and get to a colored diamond? Because a lot of people can get stuck at diamond or toggle back. So this is some really great wisdom to grab onto here. And then same schedule, same free time, same options. and then dinner, of course. And then Dave will be presenting most likely. The schedule is tentative to change based on Dave's availability. He could be sharing every night. He could be sharing different nights. I'm not sure. But Dave is going to be doing a presentation and a Q&A. And then again, always optional team bonding. And then Sunday is our last day, but a lot of people are staying Sunday. I'm staying Sunday. I don't want to be traveling out on the last day. So waking up, doing a movement, having breakfast and superfoods, we're going to hold the same trainings and the crown panel. So this is going to be that roadmap to crown, like as we build all weekend, what it took to step into becoming a crown, what are the challenges as a crown, and how do we move from just crown to 2-star and so on. So that I think will be a lot of power-packed training. And then at 1:30, we're talking about going to the Sequoia that day, or more free time, whatever your energy feels like. If you feel like you're zapped and you need to be alone and hang out, go for it. Go chill in the spring, go to the pool. And then we have a closeout session on Sunday. So at 7 o'clock after dinner, we'll have a closing session, which I think will be incredibly beautiful. And so, Dave's mission for the Oasis is that they're committed to conscious living and a peaceful community. And I just think like everything about this retreat is going to be dynamite. So that's really the sessions. So you can see that there's going to be plenty of time between work and play, learning and sorry, I muted myself. The ability to really not only learn and gain tools, but to also actually have a vacation. So take what works for you, leave the rest. I can sometimes get a little zapped by people if there's too much going on. And so, you know, if that's what happens to you, you just go retreat and spend some quiet time in your room or wherever you need. So I'm so excited.
Yay. Thank you, Carrie. That was a beautiful outline. And I look forward to, again, just being together with everybody and that amazing schedule. And I always learn something new every single time we come together. So it's going to be really potent and powerful. And one of the great things is that there's so many different leadership styles that are going to be coming together, from the crowns, from the colored diamonds, from the diamonds. And so what's great about that is we can learn from all the different leadership styles, which is really important. And, you know, you might meet somebody whose story just inspires you so much and that you really gravitate towards. So I'm excited to hear everybody's perspective and voice in this. And some of the trainings that we're going to be leading, as Carrie was talking about, one is getting into the crowned mindset and the roadmap to crown and what that looks like. And so having that, I know that when I first started, Mary and I were sitting together, we went to our very first event. We were looking at all of these crowns on the stage, and we were both like, we're going to be there. We're going to be there one day. But had we not had that experience of seeing them and being around their leadership and being like, whoa, what is that? Or that goal or idea of like, how do we get there? What is that? It was just really inspiring. And so having that experience really can be that seed for you that is super powerful to actually get to where you want to go. And so we're going to be doing that roadmap, and we're going to be doing the storytelling and the actual steps of getting there. Another piece that's really important in business is authentic connection. We are truly just a business of relationship building. Our entire team is based off of relationships. Our customers are based off of relationships, interacting with the world and like how we share our stories. It's all relationship building and learning how we can truly uplift people in their gifts and in their health and in their finances. So that's going to be a powerful workshop. Identifying internal blocks. We were just on a call this morning, talking to some Tony Robbins coaches, and they were saying, what's the difference between someone that is in a leadership position to someone's kind of in the middle area of their business to someone's that's kind of just like scraping by, and it all comes back to internal belief. And so we're going to be working with that, with mindset, with internal belief. and how to have, the actual tools to move through our limiting beliefs. And examples of limiting beliefs can be as simple as, I don't have enough time, or, it can be anything. And so we're going to work on that. Crafting your story workshop. The most powerful vehicle I know of in business is sharing your story, sharing your authentic story. And then being able to learn each other's stories and share those stories. And so we're going to be doing some storytelling workshops where we're actually learning how to express ourselves better, but also hearing and learning all of the amazing stories of those who are in our community. So that's one of my favorites. And my partner, Kyle, he's actually a video producer and works in marketing and business. And the number one most successful tool and resources is, again, sharing your story. Next, we're going to be talking about fast start duplication. And what's beautiful about that is fast start does duplicate. It becomes a culture. So by coming together, we're creating a team culture, and showing how that can duplicate to really expand not only your success, but your team's success. And next, as a Crown panel, we're going to be talking about how to maximize your time to support a healthy balance between family and business. And I don't know about you all, but this is really why I chose this business model, is that so that I could create time freedom to do creative projects, to be with my family, to have time with my nephews, and to grow something that is scalable and that doesn't have a ceiling. So how do you create that balance of, time to do your projects and your passions and be with your family and grow a successful business? And that's what's so beautiful about this industry, and learning those time management skills to do that. And I'll pass it on to Carrie next to share a little bit more. Carrie Tidwell.
Yeah, thanks, Rita. And I just love everything you shared and what's going to be taught and outlined, because it is so important. And this business is different. It's not like, okay, I'm just going to open up this brick and mortar and, people are just going to see it on the street. Like, this is a totally different business model. And so we're trying to like, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, a good amount of people can have like MLM trauma or network marketing issues, and coming to the in-person and seeing the people in the community changed how I viewed that. Because that's what I used to have. I actually prejudged this whole thing when Carrie tried to talk to me about it and was like, told her that Rita did it or was doing it. And I was like, oh man, you guys got sold. Like, I thought it was like one of those things. And so being involved, like learning in a whole new way that really is in resonance and in alignment with all of my belief systems. And this checks all the boxes, except for I didn't know how to do it in a good way. Like, that's what I've how it was approached to me from other people from different business models, kind of that are similar but different, just never left me with a good taste. And I never want to do that to other people. So there can be resistance sometimes, even putting ourselves out there. And I was really kind of resistant to that until I started going to in-person events and getting more comfortable and getting to know the people in the community. And it changed my whole belief system. And so coming to the in-person events has completely changed. And I'm so grateful I didn't give up, because there's times it's hard, it's hard. And building these connections and relationships in person is what kept me going. And each in-person event, my business has grown, or I have grown. And then to prepare for next steps and next levels. And I can't say more enough about the business events. And just, we're going to be in Hot Springs and on Dave's Land, like all those things are extra bonuses, and going on, it's really like a vacation, like for personal self-care plus growth, plus like it checks all my boxes for vacation, doing travel in a conscious way, staying on land that does good work with the land and they take care of it in a good way. It's, the water is clean, like all these things are important to me when I travel now. And being part of this community, I've like changed the way I purchase a lot of things, because I have more awarenesses I didn't have before. And then connecting in person with these people that are on similar wavelengths and vibrations and, attentions with all the stuff that they have the heart for wanting to vote with their dollar in this way as well, is just, really beautiful to be able to connect in person with that and grow and evolve in all of our gifts. And so in watching Carrie and Rita and Mary Beth evolve, like I knew I knew Rita and Mary Beth, or Rita and Carrie before, but seeing them evolve and then getting to know Mary Beth and seeing where she started from and what has transpired has just been a really beautiful journey. And yeah, and like to come from a place of like knowing each other and knowing each other's stories and being able to share that is so powerful. And yeah, the last in-person or last business retreat, I've maintained friendships from that. And so it's just yeah, you just connect in a whole new way and build and grow in this business model, which isn't like, you know, we grew up learning about it. And so it's a different skill set, and it's a lot about relationships and connection and working on yourself and having this bigger vision. So it's all just going to come into fruition when you are there and start to integrate and then apply it. And one of my biggest prayers is to make this information common knowledge. So the more we can get really good at sharing our stories and sharing other people's stories and doing this work, the more we can just have this ripple effect. So people don't have to be, you know, have a life of, you know, suffering if they don't want to. They'll know there's another way. And so I feel like, yeah, we're just doing the work on ourselves to continue to show up in the way we show up, to have that beautiful ripple, to show that there's supportive solutions for health and for regenerative agriculture, and just really connecting in on a human heart-to-heart level. So that's what I wanted to share. So I highly recommend coming if you're on the fence, and it will not only help you personally, but business-wise as well, and having that ripple.
Yeah, beautiful, Carrie. And one thing I want to add in is we're in the works of potentially bringing Carrie's sister, who's a professional photographer, so that one, we'll be able to really capture the experience and share those experiences and memories for the next retreat that comes up. And then also, if you want to leave the retreat with some tangible business photos, her sister's going to offer a variety of different packages. So like $95 to get your professional headshots, you know, leave the retreat with some business photography. So that's going to be really special. And that's something new that's kind of come in the works, and we're really excited to offer that. So from here on out, I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of the logistics, and then we'll open it up to some shares and questions. So let me screen share here. I dropped the Google form in the chat in case anyone wants to follow along. But again, here is the Google form that you'll be filling out. So there's the exact location of the retreat, so you can plug it in. Here's the website information, so you can take a peek at the TP accommodations and the geopod. And there's only like one room left. So we are getting rather, you know, we're about a little over half full. So just know that it is like first come, first served kind of situation. As Carrie said, all the food is going to be organic. We're going to have plentiful amount of superfoods. Dave and his team are going to be providing the food for us, and it's very affordable. It's $160 for Thursday night dinner, 3 meals on Saturday and Sunday. And then if you do choose to stay an additional night, Sunday night, you just have to pay an extra $15 for breakfast on Monday morning. So that's part of the cost. The accommodations vary in cost. We're really trying to make this super affordable. It's not like some retreat that we're trying to make money off of by any means. It's just like, how can we make this most affordable and just make it so everyone can come, right? So there's a couple different options. And as you'll see, I'm kind of keeping it tallied how many are left. So the teepees, they do sleep 3 people. Let me see if I can get you a picture. Can you guys see this still? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Yeah. So these are the beautiful teepee accommodations. You'll see the bottom bed is a queen bed and the top bed is a full bed. So if you're, coming with a friend or a teammate or a partner that you feel comfortable sharing a bed with, and then, you know, you may meet someone new that could share the accommodation with you, or you might come with a group of 3. So there's teepees there. It's $375 total for the Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. So you divide that by however many people are in that accommodation. This one fits 3. And then if you want to stay the Sunday night, it is an additional $115 total. So again, you would divide that by 2 or 3 people. The second accommodation is the geopod. So you guys saw that picture. They're very simple. It's just kind of glamping style. There's 1 queen bed in the geopod. So we're hoping to reach the max capacity for the retreat. So if sharing a queen bed is something you are not comfortable with, please say that in your Google form when you sign up. Otherwise, you can also request, hey, I want to share this room with so-and-so who's also signing up. And again, that's 230 divided by 2 people. Very, very affordable. And then if you want to stay Sunday night, which I highly recommend, it's another $65 divided by 2 people. And then the last option, we only have 1 more room available. They've all been booked up so far. And this particular room is a queen bed. And that comes also with a full, and those rooms have their own bathrooms. So the teepees and the geopods, it's all kind of communal shared bathroom style. I'm sure if you have friends and rooms, they can open up their bathrooms to you too if needed, but there's plenty enough for everyone to share. And we're actually just looking for 1 more person who wants to go in on that room that's on Carrie's team, Carrie Drinkwine's team. So check out that. This is a very, very important part to note. The LA airport is about 2.5 hours away from the retreat center. So there are a lot of people. We have a transportation thread going. If you're buying a ticket to LA and you're looking for transportation to the retreat, you can potentially carpool with someone else that's coming from LA, potentially go on a rental car together. When you fill out the form, you'll be added to that transportation thread, but we are not responsible for your getting you to the retreat or you're leaving the retreat. So just know that that is all logistical part that you have to plan for and communicate with teammates about. And that's why so many people are choosing to stay Sunday night as well. So they can make Monday a travel day since it is a good distance from the LA airport. There's a couple other airports you can look into, like San Luis Obispo. Bakersfield is only about 1.5 hours away. So there's also a lot of people that are driving up that they may be coming from the same state as you and you can hop a ride. So communication around transportation is going to be essential. So again, $160 or $175 for food total if you're doing breakfast Monday morning. There is a special activity fund of $30, and that helps us cover, you know, the photographer that's coming, my husband who will be teaching West African drum and dance, and then also like gas to get to the Sequoia National Park and stuff. So there's a small activity fund. And then again, the only other thing to pay for is accommodation. So when you want to, the way you save your spot for the retreat, even if you don't have your roommates figured out or anything yet, we can help you with that. You fill out this form and you send a $200 deposit to either this Venmo or this PayPal that is right there. And that $200 deposit will save your spot. And then I will be sending out invoices to everyone who's filled out the form, and we just have to pay in full by October 1st. So before we arrive on the land, everything needs to be paid in full. And something that's very exciting is, well, go ahead and drop a 1 if this is all making sense before I move on. Again, you'll have access to look at all this and dissect it for yourselves. Great. The special opportunity that we are offering is Carrie, Rita, and I decided, hey, let's create an opportunity to really support people in the growth of their business. And if, you know, my very first retreat or my very first event, I'll say I didn't have the money to go. The very first event I went to was actually a Leslie Zan 1-day training in LA. And at the time I was single parenting. I just started my business. I hadn't even made more than like $11 in the business. And it was Leslie Zan's very first introduction to our company. But I just got this hit inside, like, I've got to make this work. I've got to go. And so I figured out what travel miles I had. I actually had to bring my mom with me so she could watch my 13-month-old while I was in the trainings all day. You know, just figured out, I think I sold a couple things that I had on Amazon for a while to pay for the hotel stay. Like, I just figured out how to make it happen. And I'm so glad I made that decision. And had I had an opportunity like this available to me, I probably would have jumped right on it. So what we're saying is from now until the end of September, if you double rank, we will pay for your food, activity fund, and accommodation. You will still be responsible for your transportation and flights getting to the retreat. But if you are currently a consultant or director and you make it to Diamond by the end of September, you get the retreat on us. If you're currently executive, you hit Green Diamond. diamond, you go to blue diamond, green diamond, you go to black diamond, blue diamond, you go to red diamond, and black diamond to crown any of those double rank advancements. The retreat's on us. So if money is a thing or the commitment is a thing, now is a really great time to just like commit to yourself, commit to your business, and potentially have the opportunity allotted to you for all your hard work. So that's exciting. Again, the schedule is on this form, so you can go through some of those trainings that Rita talked about. Those are just the trainings that me, Carrie, and Rita are going to be doing. We're also going to have other short trainings by other colored diamonds. So you're going to get to hear different voices as well. And then please, my only request is that you just fill out the form in completion so that we can keep track of everything. You know, it talks about having your deposit in, which room accommodation you'd like. If you want a room with anyone, please put their name. If you want to stay on the 9th, you know, if you're shooting for the double rank special offer, if you would like to purchase any of the additional photography packages, and then really what you want to gain from this experience, because we really want to cater this experience to you all, right? And we really want everyone coming out of it feeling like they got what they came for and even more. So that's kind of the logistics. So without further ado, is there anyone that has signed up for the retreat that wants to quickly share and just share, you know, why you decided to make the decision? Maybe if you had to go through some challenges to commit to it, how you're reprioritizing this as being very important piece of your business. I'm sure people would like to hear from you if there's a couple people that want to share it all, what you're excited for. Go for it, Veronique.
Hi, everyone. I decided to sign up for the retreat because this is the greatest opportunity for me to grow personally and in my business and to learn from everyone. So I don't want to miss it. You know, I'm coming from Florida and I'm going to share a ride, hopefully with some of you. And so looking forward to meet everyone and Dave also. So it is such a great opportunity. I'm so thankful that you guys organized that.
Awesome. All the way from Florida. I can't wait to meet you, Veronique. So glad to have you.
Thank you.
Camille.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited and I'm very thankful that I made the decision to come to this retreat. I was honestly, when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, that sounds so awesome, but I can't go. Like that was the story I was telling myself. I'm getting ready to start Carrie's school and just a lot of personal things going on. And I didn't have the money, to be honest. I had to just kind of figure out how it was gonna happen. And my husband encouraged me and, you know, just through a lot of like prayer and understanding the value of these in-person events. Cause I've been to 3 so far. I've been to the Hawaii retreat last year. And then I went to Carrie's regional event last October and then went to Diamond Club. And each time, like my belief in the company has become so much more solidified. And I've become way more comfortable with being business forward. I think that's our best product that we have here. And I don't know if I would have really been to the place where I'm at in my beliefs if I wouldn't have gone to those past events. So I just knew how important it was. And then the self-care aspect of being on the land and, you know, hot springs and the forest and all of that, just, I think that's a piece of value that is something that we really can't get anywhere else. Like what Carrie Tidwell was saying, like, this is not the same as going to a conference room at a hotel. It's going to be really special. And I just want to thank you guys for making it super, super affordable too. You know, and really all it just comes down to is saying yes. And I think that when we decide, then everything else falls into place. So it's just that place of trust. And so, yeah, I'm super excited and really thankful. And I'm really excited to see some of my team members there too. I'm just can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you, Camille. And it's so true. Just make the decision and trust. All right, Shannon.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to meet everybody. I think the energy is the one thing that I want the most. I love being around people. So all this Zoom is, you know, got some energy in it, but I know it's not going to be anything the same, especially being on that property with Dave's energy there. I'm sure, you know, just if you've ever seen anyone on stage or met somebody in person that can fill a room, like I'm sure Dave can. You know, I saw Jerry Lewis, the comedian, at a something that was to pump you up, and you know, it felt like he was just talking to me, and he had to sit on a high back chair, but just having a who's the gymnast, I can't think of her name, but anyway, just seeing people like that, just knowing that kind of energy is going to be just coming out of every person and that's there most likely. I think that's going to be really amazing to be able to glean it from each other and support each other that way, and we'll be able to keep that going through our Zoom meetings after we leave, because that spark will be there, and you'll have that feeling every time, just like if you think back and have that memory. So I think that's a really big one for me. And yeah, just it is an obstacle to leave. I haven't flown once since 9/11. So it has been an interesting, learning experience, so that I can move on and do more of that coming up in the future. I think that's great. But I'm really excited about, I think, basically the energy, of course, the knowledge. And again, yeah, I'm doing Carrie's class this fall too. So it's going to be lovely to get to meet her while we're doing that. So that's just amazing.
Yeah, wow. Thanks for sharing that, Shannon. That's amazing that we'll get to see you in person. And it's kind of like I don't know if any of you have traveled to Hawaii, but there's this theory about the aloha spirit and how the islands hold such beautiful energy and the culture. And when you leave the islands, one Hawaiian once told me, he's like, just make sure that you carry that aloha with you to wherever you go. And so that's kind of the idea of these retreats. As we come together, we gather, we get so much inspiration and connection that then that does fuel us for the months to come of being on Zoom and apart from each other. So thanks for bringing that part in. Christy, we'll hear from you, and then we'll start to take questions if anyone has any.
Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick that I'm just really excited about this opportunity. I was so looking forward to hopefully getting Diamond and going to Diamond Club and being able to meet all my teammates that I have never met in person and didn't get there. And so when this opportunity came up for me, it's even closer for me. I actually get to drive to the retreat. It's about 7.5 hours for me. So yeah, it's accessible, and I'm just super excited to get to hug all of you.
Likewise. Yay, Christy. All right. Well, if there's any of you on this call that have questions, that have yet to make the commitment, or anything, questions about the form, this, that, or the other, we have, 10 minutes where we can open up the mics to any of you who have things you want to learn.
I have a question about the Monday morning. At what time does it end? So we can plan the flight out.
Yeah, so there isn't anything scheduled for Monday morning. We all actually need to be off the property around noon on Monday. So it'll just be like, wake up, make sure your bed's packed, all that stuff. And then, there will be breakfast available, but that's pretty much just departure for everyone. So if you need to leave super early, or, if you can try to leave by noon, I'm sure he'll make a couple exceptions for those of you that have later flights, but yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a question in the chat from Jenny about food, like if someone's like detoxing and wants to do more like mono fruits, will there be like a good amount of fruit? And that's something too we could probably talk to Dave about, you know, since a lot of people are going to be high fruit eaters, I would assume, or eat a good amount of it. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
And we are going to send out a little food questionnaire. So we're really trying to get the retreat filled, you know, by, oh gosh, I would say, you know, as soon as possible, but really no later than mid-September, because then we can help plan the food. They need a couple weeks notice in order to get everything sorted out. So we will send out a food questionnaire to everyone who signs up in the form and put your email in there. Just if you have any specifications, or like, for instance, I'd love a lot of fruit at breakfast, or blah, blah, blah. You can put that in, and then we can take your feedback and bring it to the food people for them to adjust accordingly.
And then one more thing I will add is if like, yes, it like how we're having that promotion to like double rank to get it paid for. I also encourage to like bring people with you, like find new partners that you want to partner with, and like use this to leverage to share with people to come, because it's you'll see not only your business grow, but their business grow, which helps your business grow. So if you're like, I'm on the fence of coming, like use it as inspiration. Like, let me find a buddy to come with, let me find a partner, let me, you know, and use that as inspiration to bring more people. Because the more people on your team come and get all of this training, you're going to see things explode and start to ripple even more. So yeah, it's not just about you, it's about bringing those other people with and seeing that happen.
Yeah, and we will post that beautiful little Instagram 30-second reel that Rita made, because I know all of us, the Carries and Rita and I, we've all been sharing that as a prospecting tool to be like, wow, who out there is into what we're creating? And we've all got people saying, I want to be a part of what you're doing. What are you doing? So it's a way that you can actually bring on new energy. And I will say that Sarah Rylander told me in the beginning when I was going to my first event, you know, for every person you can bring with you, it's like 1xing your business per person. And I totally feel that, because at this last Diamond Club, there were 20 diamonds on our team, you know, and that was only a vision I couldn't even imagine. Like, what would it be like to have 20 diamonds with me? And it's all because I started with that first event and started bringing people to the events, and then it just grew exponentially. So really powerful to have teammates come with you, especially if they're brand new to the business, so they can really get that feel of the community and the connection and the mission that we're on right out of the gate. All right. Well, if any other questions come up, you know, you guys know that you can contact us via like Facebook Messenger, or if you have our direct phone numbers and you need a little more clarification. Otherwise, you can also write specific questions in the form if you have some, and we can communicate that way. So please share this replay with your teammates. You know, this is going to be a really, really fantastic experience. And I'm so excited for all of you that are going to be there and come, and let's max it out.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay, thanks everyone. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank